I'm Grimthule and I'm back with another EverQuest Legends update. Open beta launches today, 7 new servers are going live, name reservations available across all servers, Dungeon Najena has been fully revamped and released, and spell upgrades are in. The pre-order beta starts today at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. If you haven't already, pre-order the game for $20. You get 1 month free. Name reservations are cross-server, so you can get your name today. Pre-order responses have reportedly been amazing, but the devs have not given us any specific numbers. I hope they will. I'm really interested. The devs are planning another live stream this Friday, also at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. That's July 3rd. I hope they give us some more up-to-date numbers. All right, let's talk about the servers and how the community is going to be. The new servers are hosted in Las Vegas, and the server names were released as Kinos, Freeport, Ogre, Neriac, Rivervale, and Hollis, with European servers being Uridan and Paneal. It was announced that no server transfers will be available. There will be a queue system in place to handle all the logins. Test server will be available around the official launch July 28th, and that will be the closed beta server opening back up. Server mergers will take place if there's a population decline on any one server. There is no dedicated role-playing server, but they did create an official role-playing Discord channel. Rivervale, however, was named the unofficial role-playing server. Many have expressed the concern that they can only have one character per server, and that does make sense because you can be any class, race, deity on one character. There will, however, be an alias system where you can have 3 per account, and those are designed for privacy. It will be the same character, but you can rename the character. Alright, let's talk about some gameplay system updates. The constructed potential NPCs have replaced Priests of Discord. These NPCs act as a moat exchange where you can upgrade lower level moats at a cost of 2 to 1. I hope the Priest of Discord still remains in the game at some point. The player market slash bazaar slash auction house will not be released until post launch, along with a highly controversial cash shop. No further details have been given at this time. Trade skills are still being developed on the back end, but the devs have said that every time you complete a recipe, there's a tally on the back end. The more unique items you create apparently builds up and increases base item power in the future. Now let's talk about those spell upgrades. So, their design philosophy is to make spells just as important as pieces of gear. You can use moats to upgrade spells instead of just gear. This can reduce cast time, recast time, pet level and abilities, resist modifiers, duration of spells, and bard songs. This new spell upgrade system has huge potential and implications for making so many more builds possible or viable. As far as class and race unlocks go, and deities as well, Plain of Sky drop items have been moved from trash mobs and placed on key mob targets, further reducing the RNG required to unlock your classes. A lot of players are worried about unlocking Ogre and feel like they should start as Ogre because raising faction with Ogres is very hard in the past. However, the legendary bartender Clerg in Ogre, famous for the Stein and Mogok quest, now accepts 2 lizard tails for a faction bump, and tails now drop off of lizardmen in Temple of Kazakh-Thule, ensuring that anyone that wants to take the time to get into Ogok can now raise their Ogre faction and unlock that race. Another interesting gameplay system is mentoring, where a group leader can de-level to the lowest level group player in order to help out. There have been no updates on player housing, mounts, or deity unlocks, except that the agnostic choice is the priority. Let's talk about gameplay content. This is so exciting. The Najena Dungeon has been revamped. The level range is 15 to 30, monster level spread and placement progression has greatly improved. Keys for locked doors are now guaranteed drops, and you'll be able to put them on the keyring when that feature comes online. Notable loot includes the return of Journeyman's Boots, a new haste belt. As far as dungeon gear variety goes, there's a soft focus on intelligent casters, but knights and monks also have some good options as well. Nothing was removed from the original zone. The next dungeon revamps on the horizon are Crushbone, Unrest, Split Paw, and Permafrost. And what's really wild is Nektropos Castle from EverQuest 2 is going to make an appearance, set for an October release for a spooky Halloween vibe. Nektropos Castle in EverQuest was actually a destroyed castle, but that's 1,000 years in the future after the EverQuest Legends timeline. The castle acts as a lawful evil dark elf merchant area. It's going to be akin to a dungeon maze, and if you're familiar with High Pass Hold zone that hosts a large lake and it's nestled between Lava Storm Mountains and Nektule's Forest, you'll be able to reach the zone via Nektule's Forest near the Dark Elf city Neriak. Interestingly enough, the zone assets being used to create Nektropos Castle is also going to be used in player housing. As far as which classes will benefit from the gear that's going to drop in Nektropos Castles, all class combinations will have something to choose from. Let's talk about class balancing. My favorite new change is actually to the Beast Lords. Their slow attack speed line of spells have been improved, and they now have access to the spell Languid Pace. Rogues got a lot of love in this last patch with improved poisons they already had, and rogues also received about a dozen new poisons. Each of these new poisons are combination poisons, so one poison roots and snares, another is a spell slow with interrupt, a dispel with mana drain, and there's several more. Druids received a new heal over time spell line themed after seeds and growing flowers and plants. Shamans, however, received a controversial new healing spell line that also are heal over time, but they actually impose a drawback. Spells like Nonchalance and Sloth actually impose a snare or slow on the target. These are meant for alternatives to Rancor and Stoicism. I am really excited about these dungeon revamps. I cannot wait to see what the devs do with everything else. You know, Crushbone, Unrest, Permafrost, Split Paw, all on the horizon. I can't wait to see what they do with quests, the new lore and expansions they're promising that are going to diverge after Kunark sound really cool. All of these crazy builds are going to be viable now due to stances, invocations, spell upgrades, gear upgrades, alternate advancement sharing. I truly feel like all of the builds are going to be viable eventually, if not already. I do have some worries. I know I'm very positive and excited about everything, but that doesn't mean I don't have worries. I'm extremely worried that Classic Revamp will not be completed in time for Kunark, and if new expansions come out, will Classic Revamps get completed? I'm also worried about monetization, just like everybody else. Cash shops are extremely controversial throughout online games that cause problems and get people to quit. Another thing I'm worried about is his developer team. I absolutely love this developer team. They're passionate. They want to make all styles viable. They want the early game experience to be smooth and transition into in-game more smoother. They really want everybody to play their way. Having said that, if they change the developer team or if they get, I don't know, funding pulled or what have you, yeah, I'm almost worried about a buyout at this point. Another concern I have is with most games, comics, movies, whatever, I am a little worried about giving in to too many player demands, especially when the online community does not speak for everyone. I really only have a few predictions because everything is up in the air with this version of EverQuest. I think EverQuest is finally going to reach that wider audience that we always wished it had. All builds are going to increase in viability. We're going to see crazy, crazy builds, hardcore action, naked gnomes, difficulty 4 challenge runs, and God knows what else. My only advice is play what you want. All builds, I swear, are viable with invocation stances, gear merging, pet buffs, spell upgrades, and alternate advancement point stacking. You can make any character you want. You can choose different deity mixes. You can roleplay any character you want. There's rich lore, world to explore. Anything is possible. And I cannot wait for everyone to play it. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe. Join my Discord and hit me up on YouTube and Twitch for more EverQuest Legends news, guides, and gameplay. I'm Grimthule, and I'll see you in Norath.